Hello, fellow model railroaders and everyone else. This is a layout update. I'll show you some of the things that I've finished. I was working on over here on the west side of the town, and I completed all my ballasting and put some pine trees in, as you can see. And the track painting and all that good stuff. Been working on the power plant. What I did was I took the vines off, so it basically looks like they're restoring it, the power plant. You know, took the vines off, the overgrown vines that had grown onto the building. I also went over it with some Robert's mortar mix, so it's to make the brick stand out a little bit more. I had done that previously, but I did it again, and I put some weathering on it to cover up some little bit of a mess that I had encountered last time I was trying to weather and use the Robert's mortar mix. I had a little bit of a problem with that on this particular model. This is a DPM, Design Preservation model, or I don't know if it's Design Preservation Manufacturers, whatever it is. It's DPM, and weathered the windows, the window frames. I had painted them brown. I believe it was Southern Car Brown or Southern Brown from the Southern Railroad, whatever. Let's see, what else did I do? I put in some new cross bucks over here at this crossing. Right now I got a rail box car here at the United Trucking Terminal. I put some crates in that. I got my Tropicana juice train cars parked here. The loading dock workers are happily unloading some fresh ice-cold orange juice for the New Jerseyans. Just transported in from Bradenton, Florida by CSX over here. So I'm double heading now. I got my Norfolk Southern on the front end, and right on the front, and this other CSX, they're both GP40-2s, and nice little freight here. I got mixed freight. Alright, let's see what else. I have to put in some cross bucks here. This is the only place I do not have cross bucks. Don't ask me why I keep putting it off. I was going to put in the ones that actually flash on and off, but since I can't get to that right away, I'm going to put in the kind I just showed you over on the other crossing temporarily until I do. Over here I got regular cross bucks in town on this crossing, but going to be putting those in. I also put in some grass over here. There's a little grass. See the little high grass I put in on the patches on the railroad, as well as some over here in this lot for Blue Moon Coffee Company. Let's see. I'm working on something over here. I have a Mini Metals, Classic Metalworks Greyhound bus, and I just took that apart, and I glued the mirrors and the windshield wipers on. Nice little details for that. And it's in Boston, New York, so it's perfect for my layout. It's I know it's from 1954 to 56, and these buses were still used, I guess, into the early to mid 70s. So I'm using it. I'm running it on my layout, and yeah, I took out the interior, and I glued in a bus driver here. I'm going to get some passengers and put them in. So until I get passengers, this model will be apart, as well as this other little model here. I just took apart this car and glued a driver in. It's very hard to get this apart. I don't know. I even had to take the rubber tires off the back. Actually, I don't really remember who made this model, but just some kind of, I don't know if it's a Mercedes. I don't know what it is. I tend to have problems with the little mirrors breaking off on these cars. Every time I take them apart and try to work with them, I end up losing a mirror, and it's always on the driver's side. I don't know why. I'm jinxed for that, but that's what happened. So over here I'm weathering a Baker's chocolate car. I just painted the undercarriage in a grimy black. So I'll be finishing that up. Finishing up this Southern box car, which I kind of already weathered, but and painted the wheels, but they're not really exactly the right color I want. So let's see what else. I actually ordered a reefer car on eBay. It's actually a custom car, and I had a guy build this, paint this for me for the Blue Moon Coffee Company. It was really cool. Of course, these details don't actually, they're not embossed. They don't stand out. They're not raised up the door or anything, but it's good enough for me. I mean, I got it pretty quick. I got it done. If I ever want to make my own where the plastic is raised up, then I can always do that. But I put some metal wheels on it, and it already had Katy couplers. Guy cut me a brake and used an Athearn car. As you can see, it's CNJ Railroad, number 40082. So there it is, Blue Moon Coffee Company. So now not only do I have the Blue Moon Coffee Company, but they got their own reefer car to deliver the coffee. And over here, I opened up my Sears truck, and I got a guy delivering, making a delivery of this house. Once again, it's an old Sears truck. So what? I use all kinds of years, era color or era cars on my layout. I don't get too hung up on that. Most of them are modern cars, but I got 70s, 60s cars, because you know, sometimes you do see old cars. Usually you don't see old delivery trucks, I know, but so what? I think they're cool looking. So if I kind of like want to do a scene one day and run an old steam engine and take the newer cars out of the scene, and put the old ones in it, it's very easy to do with these old buildings, which are timeless, you know. So and of course over there is my Blue Moon Coffee Company delivery van or truck, and over there is the Blue Moon Coffee Company. So now the train has to do is stop on the industrial track behind this building. So because they don't have a siding, there's a siding over here. Imperial Foods, I guess they could always drop the car off on that siding and then pull it out. A switcher could pull it out when they want to unload. It's not custom. It's not prototypical for a train, of course, to stop on the industrial track while they're unloading. But I have seen trains stop out on the main line over here where I live, and actually while the other engine is actually switching cars off on the siding, the train stays like right on the main line, just sits there. So I mean, often the other engine is there for a pretty long time switching cars. I mean, at least 20 minutes to a half an hour I've seen them do that. So it's not likely that they can't do it. If you have any information on that, I'd like to hear your feedback as to whether there's any trains where you live that actually do stop on, you know, would stop on an industrial track not a siding, industrial track, and actually wait while they unload a car. It's not. I know it's not common, but I'm not saying it never happens. I know they have to reserve that time to, they got to get out of the way for other trains. They have to be at another place at a certain time. Here's a car I added to my layout. It's Billy Brown's Coupe is what it's called. It's a 40s car. It's actually, I think it's a Buick Skylark. It's got 2 people in it, a driver and a passenger. I think it's actually the same car that was in the movie Stuart Little. It's the same kind of car. I think it's a Buick Roadmaster. That's what it looks like. But over here, I have some where I had added this sand bunker, as well as a sand transfer or trowel, whatever you want to call it. So now I have my big dump truck here, sand truck, and I got my Winchester and Western sand cars parked on the siding, delivering the sand. Unloading the sand from those cars. And I'm planning on buying some aggregate hopper cars, CSX road name, of course. So let me just let's see. Let's put this Blue Moon coffee reefer away. And oh, by the way, this reefer car, the hatch is actually open. I thought that was really cool. That's where they put the ice down in there. Of course, once again, they don't run these cars anymore, but I do. What the hey, anything goes on my railroad just about, so with the exception of, ancient old 20s or, 30s cars, usually you don't see really, really old cars. You'll see like, 40, anything from 40s up to modern day. But it's very easy to switch those things out, I mean, because a lot of the older towns, a lot of the modern day towns still have the old buildings from years ago. So while we're here, I'm gonna just start up my engines over here. And get a different angle than I normally get. So you can put the camera over this. Let me see. By putting the camera over here this time. Bring the train through. Now, anyway. Okay, I seem to encounter a little bit of a problem here. These cars over here, this car uncoupled, so I'm going to try to back her up and see if we can. Also, while this train's backing up, I want to show you this. I like to show everybody this little guy I got off of eBay. It's a Starbucks coffee delivery van that somebody made. And it was European, so the steering wheel was on the other side, so I had to take it apart, and I moved the steering wheel over and put a little driver in there. So that's kind of neat. Starbucks. Even got some stuff on the back of it. That's pretty cool. It has the European license plates. What the heck? Who's gonna really notice that? So here we're backing up. See if we can recouple, get this car coupled. See if it works. Oh, now it uncoupled over here. Oh man, what kind of mess do I have to deal with here today? Here we go. Let's do it again. Let's see what happens now. Oh, okay. Ah, boy. Oh, well. Some days things just don't want to run right, you know? Let's ram that thing with that sand car and get it on there, right? Get it coupled. Now what happened? Let's see what we got now. Now we're moving. Oh, now she's hauling in. She's moving. So anyway, that's, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'm going to point out my Brookfield city water tank here. I had Brookfield on the water tank. I really have to start lighting a lot of buildings. That's something I have to start working on. Besides the power plant over here, I really have to start lighting a lot of these buildings and painting the insides of them. Some of them I have to cut the bottom off to get to the inside to paint it. Maybe detailing the insides of the buildings. And there's just so much to do with a model railroad. It's just incredible. I mean, how many different things there are to do. By the way, if you're looking for car drivers for your cars, Merton makes these. And that's what I've been using. Over here, a couple weeks ago, the first switch here got stuck in position, and I was doing some switching operation over here on the depot, and didn't notice it. It got stuck in that position and burned the solenoid up in the switch, whatever. So I gotta replace that. Work it manually until then. Yeah, let's get a little run by here. Something coming out of the tunnel, I guess, right? That should be good. Maybe. Okay, so that's it for my layout update. I'll be coming to you again with another update pretty soon. Till then, happy model railroading.